Hey everyone! Today, we're in the custom pack, and this custom pack is designed around pets that remove health from enemies. So it's all about the utility of removing health, and we're going to stack our team with multiple of these pets and try to have some fun with it. So fossa and ibex, two of the new ones that were really fun. These are kind of the two that kind of triggered me to experiment with this in custom packs. Of course you have the stingray, which has the stinky sock as well, so that's an option. And I think I left out the Wolverine because I had Wolverine recently in another one of my videos, and I wanted stuff that was more, I guess, more guaranteed triggers than the Wolverine. This was pretty difficult to get done in custom packs overall. I could have easily done it, I think, with 2 or 3 units, and then the rest of them being scalers permanently on the team, right? Push the team to 50-50. You get some good equipment, get some melons on there, things would work great. That's not quite the way I wanted to do things. I wanted to have at least 4 of these units that remove health. So typically what I was doing was like sea urchin in the front, right? And then I would have a less strong unit, maybe in second position, and then maybe one of my stronger or my strongest unit in third position, and kind of stagger the team in ways, you know, obviously ibex towards the back, because the ibex will only reduce health of enemies that are pushed or hurt. So yeah, you'll see that come into play if you didn't quite follow all that. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I ran mini games where I was trying to go all 5 reduce health pets that I have in this pack. I only have 5 of them. I don't know if I hit all of them in the intro, but yeah. This run is 4 of them with a super fun scaler, and I was okay leaving this scaler permanently on the team because it has a really fun interaction and ability, and we'll see that if you didn't catch it in looking at the pack. So we'll get into the run here. Turn 5, 4 hearts, 2 wins. 3 guinea pigs show up, and if you don't know, 3 guinea pigs is a level 3 guinea pig. So in one turn, we're just like, alright, let's see what these level ups give us. And Penguin Crow, not terrible considering the penguin will buff our guinea pig, which is now our strongest unit and carrying the team. So we're preserving lives, it's a good thing. Level up's great, and there's the skunk. So nothing else we really got going on this team. Might as well throw the chocolate on the skunk, and that's the turn. So these are critical points in runs. Usually, like I said, I was running sea urchin. I don't have a sea urchin in here. So this is actually the first game I did not roll sea urchin, and I didn't really... I might have even skipped it at a certain point, I'm not sure. But I know I was looking for it, and at a certain point I just kind of gave up, and I was like, you know what, I have all the other pets. We're going to roll with that. And you see the ibex there? But what I found out in doing these runs is you can't bring stuff in too early. And if you see what's going on here, I brought in a frog, a level 1 frog on turn 7. So you're like, oh, you just bought a level 1 tier 1 on turn 7. What's going on? Well, the frog, you know, you get it to level 2 in frog swap. It's basically the same concept now, even though the ability has changed somewhat. But I'm going to be trying to frog swap onto a tier 4, onto the fossa, which we roll into. So if I could swap guinea pig stats onto something else, that'd be great. As you can see, we have the polar bear that is now scaling both the fossa and the ibex. We had the polar bear, and it hits the fossa. So I'm thinking, okay, I was going to frog swap onto the fossa, but maybe we'll do something else instead. We have options. Either way, we're looking good. So frog swap's there, might as well go ahead and do it on the skunk. And our level up, we get the Komodo. And the Komodo, if you don't know, end of turn, it'll give friends 1/1 and then shuffle their positions. Friends ahead. So if you put them in the back, your whole team will get buffed. If you put Komodo in the front, it will not buff anything. So usually you have Komodo in the back. And I figured, you know what, all my units are pretty much going to have like a very similar ability. Ibex is pretty much the only one that needs to kind of be centered towards the back. Let's just take the gamble and see how this goes. Run into the wharf. I think that's still untouched since the initial fix. Is that thing still broken? I was getting pummeled by it a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I figured want to keep polar bear scaling for a while. Polar bear is 4/4. The Komodo's only +1/1, so the polar bear scaling is very valuable if we can keep it. And it's looking decent. Yeah, still have 3 hearts. So at this point I'm like, all right, I think we just need to get the team in. So luckily we roll into just about everything we need. And you're probably wondering, oh, you took TV, you have the stinky socks sitting here. Well, I knew I needed stats at a certain point, right? And +1/1 scaling per round isn't that great. So I figured, all right, we got the chocolate, we got the level 2. Let's get 1 round of polar bear scaling on the stingrays. Then we can bring the stingrays in. The team is set. We're going to have 4 units that reduce health of the enemy. So you see here their first 2 units down to 1. Let's see this guy. Yep, just wasn't quite enough. The Minotaur gained his health back, became strong. Those units are tough to get through with a team like this. And what I determined, like I said in the beginning, you can easily just put 2 or 3 scalers with some of these units, scale to the moon, put some melons on them, and you're probably going to win out in customs. It's probably going to be good enough, as long as you get good enough high rolls. I didn't want to use melon. I didn't want to use lemon. I didn't want to use garlic. I didn't want to use any kind of protection like that. What I wanted was tomatoes and summons. I figured summons were probably my ticket to winning, and the tomatoes could be really fun, as well as incredibly valuable, like killing turkeys and Jersey Devils and stuff like that in backlines that are extremely, extremely powerful this late in the game. So yeah, there's the Komodo. We get middle ibex, which is cool. And yeah, look, we reduced the health so that we one-shot the camel. And this dolphin has peanuts, so he was going to be a problem either way. But after the ibex, oh, it's so close. The ibex almost got him. Hey, we're removing health. You're not removing health. But yeah, our stats are like medium across the board. So with the health reduction, we can get through big units in front with our smaller units, or our medium units, and then we have more medium units. So level 2 Stinky Sock out of the gate, incredibly powerful. So now we're removing 40% from 2 enemies. 2 highest health enemies get 40% reduced. And I believe that trigger happens first. Sorry, I'm trying to show stuff. And then the fossa will trigger and remove 2 health from the first 2 enemies based on rolls. So it'll probably remove like 6 to 10 health depending on how many rolls. And then the skunk will remove 66% from the highest health enemy that remains from that. So if they have a 50-50, the skunk could hit that further if they have one really strong unit. But if they have stats spread out across the board, we're going to be reducing the health of everything. So if they're not incredibly statted, like 30-30s across the board, we're probably gonna win the battle with our Yggdrasil fruits, with our summons. So we'll get some flow going at the end here now that I've kind of explained it. Front ibex, not ideal. Turkey in the back, extremely scary. But we have equipment and we have decent stats. Not quite enough. Alright, so we go down with 1 heart, 7 wins, turn 14. Ibex level up shows up in the shop. The thing I loved about this is I was pretty adamant at not touching my team. I think since I brought in the Komodo, I don't think I rearranged the order once, which was great because the replay has been getting bugged out a lot. I switched my team order a lot, just like thinking and whatnot. So yeah, it was a nice little change up. And we run into this team that's not crazy statted, but look at their health after we reduce it further. I mean, they're just down to nothing, and it's just not even a problem. That team may have been a little behind the curve. Yeah, skunk level 3 is a lot of gold. I'd rather not spend 9 gold on that. I used this cornucopia. I had no idea that I didn't have a toy at this point, so I was pretty bummed. You know, I'm just throwing food because I think, oh, the team's set. I don't need to worry about anything. Well, you're kind of missing one of your units here. Kind of missing a toy, but regardless, we see reduce health so we can one-shot. So we one-shot their 2 biggest units. And our fruit doesn't do anything for us. But yeah, this is the 3rd biggest. We one-shot everything. I mean, look at this. Look at how perfect the trades were. Like, our stats were slightly behind their stats, but then once our triggers go off, it's just, we overwhelm them. It was incredible. So after that one, I was like, all right, this is it. It's working. It's really working. This team is not that strong. For turn 16 in custom packs, we are barely approaching 30-30 across the board. This team is not that strong. No real in-battle abilities besides the health reduction, which I call, I mean, it's a great ability, but I call it more of a utility because you don't have a chance to get a KO at the beginning of the battle, right? Which is what you really want. A level 2 Dolphin could possibly be better than a lot of these units in this case because a level 2 Dolphin is a guaranteed kill on this monkey. So it's kind of a tricky one, but regardless, great units, great utility. 50 health down to 42, down to 14. All their stuff is less than 15 health. All of our stuff has 25 plus attack. So we're looking good. And it's not even an issue. Not even an issue. I was getting my face smashed in custom packs trying to get this going. So I was really satisfied with this run, even though I didn't have the toy in the end. I mean, you saw the health reductions. I'm going to show some super fun bonus clips of teams where I was trying to get like 5 going, or some battles that just had really fun interactions. Just kind of showing off the power of the 4 to 5 reduced health pets running in custom. So let's check out the bonus. All right, super fun bonus clip here. I'm going to go ahead and explain it, and then we'll watch the battle. So level 2 Sea Urchin, it's going to remove 5 health from the first 2 enemies when it faints. I have the cat in 2nd position because if we reduce the health, the cat should be able to get a good trade. Ibex towards the back, of course, because he needs the ability to get his triggers off. Stingray, we don't have the toy right now, so not looking too great. Level 2 Skunk. Let's see how it goes. We reduce Nurikabe. Our tomato gets absorbed by the Nurikabe, but reducing him to 9 seems pretty good. It's a reindeer. It's a level 1 reindeer. Unfortunately, the cat doesn't get the kill, but we use his melon trigger. The Nurikabe absorbs again, but you can see there our attack only did 7 damage. So we barely killed that Nurikabe. I think it was because he didn't have any more triggers left on his ability, or maybe he had 1 more left and that was it. But yeah, that was still a super scary fight. But we're winning. 8 wins, 1 life, turn 15. So a very similar position as the other game. You can see the stats aren't quite as good as the other game, so maybe that's why this fell behind a little. But we have equipment on everything. It's a good setup. And down to 12 health. Monkey's down to 3. That's good. So yeah, the cat was just falling behind. I should have used some food on the cat, but I wanted to swap the cat out for something else next round. Good tomato value. I mean, the trades are good here. This is a fantastic... Never mind, it's an octopus. That would have been a fantastic trade. But yeah, unfortunate here. We got some more bonus. Let's get straight into it. Alright, another bonus here. Very similar setup, but this time we have the level 3 Sea Urchin and incredible stats. It's turn 18, so it's definitely later than the previous rounds, but with level 2 Ostrich and levels on everything, this team is incredibly strong. And you can see here, this is an extremely high health team, and we immediately take everything but the Peacock just down to a KO health, right? To where our goats, I'll just say, I was going to try to pronounce that, our goats, you know, almost got the KO on their last unit. It would have if it wasn't for those ants. So super convincing win. I felt great at this point. I was so confident. I was like, I don't even need to roll with the ostrich. What I need to do is I need to find my last health reduction unit. And here it is. We get the setup. Sea Urchin, Skunk, Fossa, Ibex, Stingray. All 5 units have a health reduction ability. No scaling on the team. This is it. We're sending it for all the glory. They replace our tomatoes. Man, they replace our tomatoes. Unfortunate. Sniper Stingray, not the end of the world. And look, we reduced their health still, so they don't have a lot of health, and we get sniped. And it's just barely not enough. So yeah, getting countered by the snipers and the weakness. It's rough. One more final bonus clip here, just because I was devastated when I'd get these big sea urchins going, and they just didn't work out. You can see here, it's the sniper team, so we don't even really need the health reduction. We just need to survive the snipes. Luckily, the pita bread, incredible value. You see stuff just goes down to 1 health. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, turn 16. I feel pretty good about this, even though we're pretty stat heavy in the front. But there's the ibex. We have 2 wins to go. Say, let's forego all scaling. Let's ride it out, see if we can do it. And it's a summon team. And the Spino only has 7 health, so we just need our tomato to hit their Spino. But they have a crispy boy. And we lose our tomato. Oh, it's just devastating. I mean, there's a good chance we would have lost that regardless because they have a level 3 turkey. That probably would have beat us anyway, but absolutely devastating. We still put up a good fight. It's 1 health. Peanuts. But yeah, not even close. Not even close. But anyway, I had a ton of fun running these builds. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any ideas similar to this you want me to try in custom packs or any other packs. Have a fantastic day. We'll catch you in the next one.